Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to The Bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from a caller named William. Let's listen to what William has to say.
Hello, Lloyd. My name is William. You're welcome to publish this on your channel if you find it might be helpful. Anyways, I faded from the Watchtower close to 50 years ago. I thought I had put everything behind me, but watching some of yours and others' videos on YouTube, just out of curiosity as to, what the Watchtower is up to, and I was thinking about the aspects of family shunning. Anyways, what happened over the years is of no consequence. What I expected happened, end of story, even though I was never disfellowshipped or even disassociated. Our family was one of those prominent witness families, the ones that always got the talks at the circuit and district assemblies, and that included me. But after I left, I just immersed myself in my career and let everything else fall by the wayside. But here it is in 2021. All of my nuclear family is gone, and it's only my brother and me that's left in this world. He's a career elder, and between him and his wife, conversation always concludes on Armageddon. I'm sure you're not surprised by that. But if I go along with this charade, I'm somehow not being honest to myself or my brother. On the other hand, if I confront the issue, I will lose the only other person in this world that shares my genetics and my memories of childhood. I don't know, what would you recommend? Be honest and damn the religion and my brother? Or should I continue with this two-faced lying like the 8 members of where? But do that just so that we can have regular contact? Jesus, this is an evil religion. Anyways, if you publish this, I would appreciate hearing from other older escapees too. But thanks, Lloyd. You've done a lot of very good things, and you've given a lot of wise guidance through your channel. And I'm just one of the very many, 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 many people who appreciate all of your efforts. So thanks, Lloyd, and I appreciate hearing from anybody. Okay, bye.
Well, thank you so much for that message. That was it's a sad message, but it was also kind of a pick-me-up. I have my good days and my bad days, and today was one of those days where I needed to hear that message. And it's kind of strange in a way to be described as giving wise advice by someone who must be, you must be in your 70s. So, you're the one who should be giving advice. You should be answering these sorts of voicemails. But yes, I'm honoured and touched that you feel that way, and that you're coming to me for advice. Yeah, wow. I'm sure. I mean, you gloss over your life story, but I'm sure that there's an interesting story there. Maybe I'll get to hear it one day. Yeah, that's really sad. Your brother is the only member of your nuclear family who is still left in this world. The only one who, as you say, shares your genetics. And yet you have this seemingly near impossible relationship where everything revolves around Armageddon and you can't be true to yourself. You're living, as you say, a charade. You're having to say things you don't mean to placate him, etc., etc. As with any advice I give, ultimately you need to make the call here. I can only tell you what I think or share my thoughts on your predicament, and hopefully this will help you to, reach some kind of decision, or reassure you if you've already made a decision. But I just think life's too short, for dancing around to someone else's tune. Life's too short for living a lie, isn't it? And I would imagine, if I feel that way now, how would I feel if I were more like your age? I've already noticed, I'm going to be 42 this year. I've already noticed that the more I age, the less I give a damn what other people think. I can only imagine those feelings of not giving a damn intensifying into my 70s, which again, I'm guessing, you could be older than that. Life's too short to live a lie, to indulge in charades, to placate people with ideas that aren't yours. And I get it. It's difficult when he's the only family member you have left. And don't write off, by the way, the possibility that by opening up to your brother and being kind and respectful and honest and just simply saying, look, here's my predicament. These are my honest thoughts. I'm opening up to you now. I'm making myself vulnerable. I'm happy to let the chips fall where they may. But here's what I think. Don't write off the possibility that he actually can't tolerate the thought of shunning you. Because sometimes when someone's an elder, they can make excuses. Sometimes elders are a law unto themselves, and they make their own little excuses as to what can fly, as to what they can get away with. And especially given your long-standing relationship and, frankly, your age, don't be surprised. I mean, I don't know what your brother's like. If he is, as you say, like a by-the-book elder, maybe he wouldn't make an exception. But don't be surprised if he does. Don't be surprised if he values your relationship just as much as you do. But personally speaking, I mean, the answer to many of these voicemails, quite frankly, is communication. There needs to be more of it. When there is an impasse, when there is a difference of opinion, when there is an intolerable situation involving another human being, let's have some communication. And I think that's what's needed here. And if things do go badly for you, well, first of all, you will know, only you will know to what extent that is an impossible outcome, an outcome that would, negatively impact your mental health severely to the point where you couldn't tolerate it. But if your brother does decide to shun you and end your relationship, frankly, again, life is too short. Do you really need people in your life who don't appreciate you for who you are, who don't value you for your own authentic ideas, rather than insisting that you pay lip service to ideas that you don't have, to ideas that you in fact object to and find repulsive? Do you need people in your life who love you unconditionally, especially at this age? Personally, I mean, it's understandable when we're talking about a teenager with his parents, but when you're in your 70s, I would suggest, again, I can't make these decisions for you, but I would suggest that's the age at which it's a case of I am living my life, and if you have a problem with it, get out of my way, because my time on this planet is limited, and I don't want to waste any of it paying lip service to an abusive, manipulative, lying cult. That would be my attitude. And having said all that, I can relate to this idea of being acutely aware of the fact that you started off with this nuclear family, your parents, your siblings, you have this little family, and then years go by and people die, and slowly but surely your whole reality kind of changes, in your case, to the point where you just have one brother left who's known you all your life. I get that. I get that, because one of the things that's been very disorienting for me, and which I've actually spent a lot of time thinking about, is the fact that my entire life now is different in terms of my family than it was up to the year 2001 when my mother died. Up to the year 2001, it was me, my sister, my mum, and my dad. Right up to 2001 when I was 21. Then my mum died. And then and by this point, we're now in 2021, 20 years later. Obviously, my mother's no longer with us. My dad's shunning me. I don't have a relationship with my sister for reasons I think mostly to do with our religious upbringing. My family is completely unrecognizable from the one I started out with. So I do get that. And I guess what I'm saying is I'm already at that point in my life, and I'm considerably younger than you are. I don't have a brother, a sister, or any parents in my life at this point, at this particular point. I mean, who knows? Maybe things might change in the future, but at this particular point, none of my family from when I was growing up are in my life. And I'm here to tell you, you can survive it. It's okay, because your family is what you make it to be. You know, relatives are one thing. People who share your DNA, that's one thing. But for me, the word family means people who are in my life and care about me for who I am, not who they want me to be. That's what your family is. People who have your back no matter what, and who love you and care about you based on who you are, rather than based on what some organization wants you to believe. I'm probably telling you things you already know. And I don't know to what extent you have a support network outside of your brother and his wife. Such a charming, lovely man as you, I'm sure you will have had no problems at all making friends in your community and hopefully forging friendships that can tide you over. But yeah, I would suggest life is too short to live, as you put it, a charade. And is it really worth chasing relationships that aren't really authentic, where people only value you so long as you say things you don't mean? Again, these are things that you need to think about and base decisions on what your needs are and what your mental health needs are. But hopefully some or all of what I've said will be useful to you. And thank you so much for leaving your message. And I'd actually like to hear from you again if you ever feel like leaving another message. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget that if you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want your message to be broadcast. But that's all we have time for Don't forget to subscribe to the Lloyd Evans channel for more such videos. And as always, thank you for watching.